Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Living Well is a Lifestyle vlog. I hope you all are doing well out there on this Good Friday, y'all. The commemoration of the crucifixion of our Lord Jesus Christ. It is a beautiful morning here on the homestead. I'm just rising and just to be able to come out here on the porch and all the beautiful foliage is coming in all the time. I was waiting for y'all. It was a hard winter. It was a real hard winter. We made it through it. Ice and snow and it was hard. And the garden was hard too. But we was growing some food, y'all. I was growing some food this winter. I grew for 365 consecutive days last year. And so I am super proud of myself, of the commitment. And that's what it takes, y'all. It takes commitment. And everything that you attempt to do takes commitment. And I think that's what God wants from us in this hour, our commitment to Him and the things that He calls us to do. And as for me, He's called me to this garden space, to this homestead space, to the agricultural space, to teach, to educate, to research, to learn, to demonstrate what's possible. And y'all, it's so beautiful here this morning. I'm listening to my chickens, y'all. They real close by. It's interesting how people come to visit the homestead and they be like, "Don't you raise chickens?" And I was like, "Yep." They were like, "Well, where are they?" I said, "They over there in the corner. They over there minding their business." And they just be digging up the ground, just digging up the ground hard as they can in the playground. So, y'all, it's really beautiful. Let me just give y'all a little. This is my setting this morning. This is my view of everything this morning. It's so green. I love green, green, green. I love the flowers. I love all the beauty in the garden. Things are waking up. The flowers are waking up. Hey there, Dimitri. And the garden is coming along just fine. Let me give y'all a peep at these green stalks over here, right over the fence line. You see my green stalks? Aren't they pretty? Everything's so pretty. Look at that lettuce, y'all. I've been clipping off my lettuce and it just keeps growing. You gotta eat it. So it's gonna be some salad and bran muffins for breakfast. Look at that chard though on top. Isn't it pretty? And my other greenhouses are booming as well. I've got lots of flowers still yet to plant, but the garden is doing so well. The trees are blooming. Yeah, it's really pretty here. It takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment to get it done. And I'm up for it. Having a nice cup of java this morning. What are you all up to this weekend? That's what I want to know. My flex is being able to sit here and relax because I work so hard all the time. So it's nice to just sit down and, maybe read a book or, for me, maybe go buy myself a pretty dress. I don't know, maybe I will. I have an event tomorrow morning, a prayer breakfast, and so I'm excited about that. Let's see what this message says. Who's Natalie toll free? Mm. What y'all up to this resurrection weekend? I gotta get my hair done. I have to get my hair done this weekend because I don't want to do it. Yes, I wake up exactly like this every day, but I don't. I need a hair wash and a retwist because my hair is getting long. And it's so nice to wake up to the sounds of people in action. People in action, right? They're getting work done. The chickens are probably laying eggs. They're getting work done. The birds are getting work done. I love that. Okay, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. I have been reading this book I got from the used bookstore called It's About YouTube, and I guess how to grow your channel. It's something I buy when I'm interested in something. I go and buy, do a deep study on it, and the last 2 years I have been working on my YouTube channel to develop sustainability for, living this thing out. Like, how do you live out a YouTube channel, right? How do you develop sustainability in a YouTube channel? And that's an exciting topic because sometimes we can get so niche specific that people will move away, gravitate away from you if you begin to talk about something else. And, it kind of reminds me of the work that I do as it relates to developing sustainable well being, because that's what I do. Sustainable well being is what I study, and it involves agriculture. It involves developing pathways for success without dominant institutional cultures. It involves a lot of things. And when I think about this YouTube channel, I think about it in that way. I think about how do I sustain long term? How do and I think the most important thing is developing relationships around your own stories, around the things that you do, and not lock yourself into, um, a box. Isn't that what isn't that what big America has done to us? Locked us in a box and say all you can do is this. And I've never been one to be, you know, I'm I'm unboxable. Hey, that's the term. Be unboxable. I love that, right? Anybody else like that? I'm gonna coin that term. TM that, y'all. Somebody TM that for me. Unboxable. I am unboxable. And I think that that's what sustainable living is all about. Systems have boxed us into eating from supermarkets, system after system. We have to do it their way. Do you think we should have to do it their way? Or should we be thinking outside of the box and be unboxable? Because if you are boxable, then you are stuck. You're stuck in a box, the box that they want you in, and that's not sustainable. Because that means anytime they pull the rug from under us, the box collapses. The box will collapse and you start from scratch. So I'm not a keep starting over again person. So I always come out the gate thinking, how do I do this sustainably? How do I keep it going? I remember when I first started this channel and I wouldn't come and talk on camera. I would just load video after video after video after video. And I ain't see any type of traction, no traction whatsoever. And your favorite way to spend a lazy weekend? What is your favorite way to spend a lazy weekend? That's a question, y'all. Hey, I got it right on time. My favorite way to spend a lazy weekend. What is your favorite way to spend a lazy weekend? Was it for me or for you all? Okay, that's my question to y'all. What's your favorite way to spend a lazy weekend? Uh oh. Get back in there. The cat's trying to get out. Or did she get out already? Where is Poe? Poe get out the door. The cat. The cat got the door open. He be scratching until he gets out. Where is he at? Did he get out? Hold on, y'all. I gotta find the cat. Because he will scratch until he get out of that door. And I don't see him. Oh, yes, here he is, right here. Come here, Poe. Let me get the cat, y'all. Look at him. Y'all see him? I'm still trying to figure out how he be getting that door open. I am still trying to figure out. He is an escapable. He's escape. He's escape artist. And he was right up. He was right over here under the table. I knew I saw the door open. I'm like, how did he get out? Okay, so what is the? That was the question, y'all. What is your favorite way to spend a lazy weekend? I guess that was the question. Did anybody answer the question? No one answered the question? Okay, we'll keep going. So we were talking about developing a YouTube channel and how to do that sustainably. Like, because I know there are some people who garden and, whatever their niche market is, and whenever that's out of market, then they struggle a little bit. But I don't like to box myself into just gardening. Gardening is a way to have conversations, in my opinion. It's a way for me to open up my camera and have a conversation. But there are so many things in my life that I can open up and have a conversation about. I mean, I didn't become a terminal PhD without having life experience. I didn't become 63 years old without having life experience. So it's like, how do you rock that? Like rocking your sustainable, building a channel sustainably. That's how I see it. Like, I don't want to be boxed into one thing. Like, I am who I am, right? And I can talk about anything, right? It's really more about, in my opinion, developing relationships with people that see value in the things that you share about, right? Whether that's going back to school, whether that's self improvement, whether it's having children, because who am I, right? How do we connect with one another? Like, to me, it's all about how many ways do we identify with one another, with my main thing being God, right? Because baby, if we don't connect there, I'm not sure I'm connected, right? So, that is, and when I'm teaching my students at the university, I am teaching them the number one thing when we are developing group spaces to provide support to an individual, whether that's long term, whether that's brief, whether that's, experiential, whatever that is. when we show up, we first have to have an identity with our market. We have to have an identity with our market. How many ways do we identify? And the one way that I identify first and foremost is I'm a child of God. All right? I'm a woman, I'm a mother, I am a wife, I am a student, I am a grandmother, I am a PhD, I am I live in urban area, I live in a rural urban area. I let's see what are other ways because I may not always live in a rural area, but I will always be a grandmother. I will always be a mom, a wife, all of these things. I will always be a child of God. So how do you identify with the people here on YouTube as you are developing a sustainable community, right? Because anything could come any day and knock out a garden, right? Just like the winter. The winter came and knocked out most people's gardens. It didn't knock out mine because, baby, I got out here in some boots and some coats and some shovels, and I did what I did because I'm from the big city, and the big city say we don't stop. We didn't stop going to school. We didn't stop driving. We put chains on our cars, our wheels, and we beat through the snow. Right? We did what we had to do. The city did not shut down. So, but for some, when these things happen, it can become a moment of what now, right? What now? So, how do you sustain past the what nows here on YouTube? How do you sustain past that? Be unboxable. I don't listen to people when they say that you have to, not when it comes to building relationships. If my number one goal is to touch one life, like that's the assignment. The assignment that God has on my life is touch one life, touch millions. That's the assignment. That's why the channel is comes from touch one life, touch million presents living well as a lifestyle with Dr. Eve Angel Savage. That is the order of things because God has an assignment, a will that He has on my life. And so His will for my life is to touch one life, touch millions. So any opportunity that I have to share His goodness with someone on this channel, even if it's just one person, that's why I don't look at numbers. I don't look at numbers. I don't look at likes. I used to and feel some kind of bad about it, but not anymore because if the assignment is if my assignment in the earth is to go after the one nobody will go after, then why should I feel bad with the numbers? I shouldn't, because I'm doing my job, because that very one person that God may have allowed me to touch that day or to pour into that day or to just to encourage that day may be the one that goes out to touch millions of people. And guess what? Therefore, those numbers are my numbers, right? Because I only was responsible for the one, right? And so if that person goes on to be a millionaire influencer, then I can say that, Lord, thank you for help giving me the pathway to pour into that person, because they just needed a push. They just needed a word of encouragement to go and do it. So that's how I see my channel. And the things that I do here on my channel is the utility to talk about God. It's just a method. Even this garden, it's a way to encourage people about God's word and everything that He said to Adam in that garden, everything He intended for us in that garden, every beautiful thing that grows up out of that garden, every seed that's sown in that garden. That's what God tells us to do. Go, we will reap what we sow. What are you sowing? Right? So when I think about building a sustainable YouTube channel. That's what I think about. And I know it's small. My channel is small. I have over 1,000 videos. I have less than 1,000 subscribers. And I've been here a long time. But for 11 years, for 11 of the 14, or was it 9 of 11? Maybe 9 of 11 years, I didn't come over here and speak to people. That's not good, is it? You got to come speak to the people. I didn't come over here and speak to people. I just posted videos because I had a residence over here, and I needed to make sure that the residence was at least had a place for people to come, and a museum of materials, a place, tools, and I seen it as a place to house tools. Some of the work that I was doing across the world, and so, but I think that was also a good thing because when I did come here to start building relationships, a sustainable YouTube channel, um, at least there were tools people could go to. I have business tools, I have mommy tools, I have, you know, research tools, I have so many things that people could come and check out. So, but the most important thing for me in this hour is to relationships. It's sustainable relationships through whatever I'm doing that day. Today is coffee. And today I'm sitting on the porch enjoying looking at the rooftops and watching my cat escape, watching the birds scavenge for seeds. They have birdhouses, y'all. I put birdhouses out here for them. I don't know why they are scavenging on the ground because I have birdhouses for them that I painted myself. Yep, I love to paint. I'm an artist too. Do you have gifts? What are some of your gifts? What are some ways that you can get started on YouTube um, sustainably? What are some of your talents? Because that's what this is all about. Because let's guess what? Let's just be upfront and personal. The big YouTubers are not coming over here to say hi on my channel. They're not coming over here to like anything. I think that that's one thing though about YouTube that I have noticed, and I do take notice because I'm a relationship builder, um, is that the more people grow in a space, the less relationship they have with them. Like they don't come back to their channels when they are coaching, or they don't come and help them to get started. The small YouTubers be having a hard time. We be having a hard time just getting to 1,000 subscribers because no big YouTubers, they're not coming back. So you know what we need to have? We need to start a revolution over here on YouTube. We actually do need to have a revolution where the small YouTubers develop a network with small new YouTubers. What y'all think about that? I think that that's what we should do. Small YouTubers should connect with small YouTubers so we can come visit each other. We can develop our communities, post in our communities, like each other's posts, like each other's videos, like each other's shorts, all the things that are considered social. I think some people think just watching, just looking, viewing is social. It isn't. That is not social at all. Social requires a two-way relationship. You have to come, you have to come and share, be social. Share a cup of coffee with me. Come and sit with me a minute and have a conversation. Build sustainable well-being. Like ain't nothing sustainable about sitting and watching folks all day long never saying one mumbling word. They don't come back here. They don't come by back and say hi. Your garden's pretty. They don't come by and say hi. Your, you know, nothing. They don't come back. They don't come over here to our small channels and do anything. And that's not envy, but it's just a fact. It's a fact, and I think we need to start a revolution for small YouTubers. That's what I think. Because after a while, baby, if you don't come say something to me and have a relationship with me, I'm going to stop because that's not a relationship. It's not a relationship. Y'all, this is what I teach at the collegiate level. If we're going to have groups, which is groups like this on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or any of these channels, relationships are two-way. It requires people to exchange conversation, wisdom, information, help, support, all the things. And big YouTubers don't do that for us small YouTubers. They just don't. They don't. I guess they get where they're going and they just forget about us little people. Uh-uh. They just forget about the little people. Don't y'all be forgetting about the little people. Because those people that you are assigned to, because God has assigned us to a group of people, and which is why we need to start building relationships because we're all assigned to someone. And if you're not getting to your destination, if you're not getting to the place where God has called you to, then you have a group of people that was assigned to you that are waiting, are in waiting. They're in waiting. And then if you don't do the work, what God will do is he will give it to someone else. But then your delay, that's a delay for them. So, number one thing to building a sustainable YouTube channel is relationships. Build relationships with the people. Just by coming on and having a conversation. My conversation this morning is what a beautiful morning it is. Come and enjoy some coffee with Dr. Eve. That is not the title of my video. I don't know what I think the title of my video is going to be Building a Sustainable YouTube Channel as a small YouTuber. That's what it's going to be because I need to calling all small YouTubers. Calling all small YouTubers. We need to start something. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Because they not coming to save us. Big YouTubers is not coming to save us, okay? Let me just be clear. Just like when I be out here telling y'all to grow this food, because the systems that you have been dependent on, they ain't coming to save us, okay? So let's be clear that ain't nobody coming to save us. So we better build our own relationships, right? And ways that we can help each other. So that's the name of the video today. Um, Building a sustainable YouTube channel with small YouTubers. That's the post. That's the post. That's the post today. Because it's time out and we must stick together. I'm a PhD, but I'm also a small YouTuber. But baby, I carry some heavy weight in the spirit. You hear me? Don't discount my look. Don't y'all underestimate God and what he can do in an instance because why? He can be unboxable. Build relationships. Build relationships based on the ways that you identify with your market. What you say? I think that's good. Build relationships based on ways that you identify with your market. So, this video again is called Building a Sustainable YouTube Channel with Small YouTube Channels. I think that's good, don't y'all? Number one goal, relationships. Not money, relationships. People buy from people. People who establish relationships. Well, y'all, that's all I got today. That's all I got. I'm about to go down here and do an inventory on this good garden. And I have got to do some work on my solar today because I got to figure out my connections and make sure they're all good. Because we don't never know when they pull the plug on the light. Y'all, I need y'all to stay encouraged in this time. Stay encouraged in this time. God got us. He really does. There's a lot of work going on over beyond them trees, though, y'all. I can hear it. It's a lot of work going on over there. It's a whole community over there, and I walked it. I was so curious that I walked it. I walked the whole community to find out what was back there, and because I kept saying, you know what, whatever that is over there looks directly into my house, and I was like, I gotta go find out what's behind that brush, because there's a building on the other side, and guess what? It's a community building. And I knew it because I kept hearing people over there. I kept hearing parties over there. And the building, and when the people are out, looks directly into my house. I'm like, well, wow, there's something over there. I took a walk. Y'all, if you ever get suspect about where you live, you must always surveil where you live, your surroundings, what's on the other side of the brush, because you never know. And you have different angles. I have a 4 point angle at my house. All 4 points of my house is was accessible at one point, but baby, I barricaded it. I put up a fence. I was like, that is too much access. Too much access to me. No, nobody's supposed to have that kind of access to you. But I'm watching these people down here build this house or the barn. They making a house out of that barn, y'all. That's what they doing. They making a house out of that barn. And then there's a whole lot of stuff going on beyond these bushes over here. And they using heavy equipment. So they doing some heavy work because I can hear the machinery. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear the heavy machinery? Cause I can. I'm thinking about what I want to make with these portobello mushrooms this morning. I have some portobello mushrooms. I don't know. I might make an egg, a savory egg with a lot of herbs. Mm-hmm. Anyway, y'all, this your girl, Dr. Eve. She is living sustainably, unboxable. Okay? Y'all go and have the most amazing day. And whatever you do, don't let anyone ever get in the way of what God has called you to do in this season. Go, be blessed, be sustainable, and be unboxable. You hear me? Until next time, bye for now.